Welcome back to Dinner and the Show. Tonight I'm having lobster with Smackalious sauce. Hey y'all, welcome back. Get in here. We're going to talk about Love and Marriage DC. Tonight was their first of season 2, episode 1. So it opened up. So we got a lot to unpack. And if you haven't watched it, I'm going to try to give you a little background, a little content to some of the things that was going on. It's going to be hard, but if you're interested in it, I suggest you go back and look at season 1. It's not very long, and it wasn't too bad either. But we're going to get into Love and Marriage DC. Okay, so let me tell y'all what I have today. Today I have me some broccoli. And I got me a couple pieces of garlic toast. Y'all know I like garlic toast. I got me some lobster tails, and I seasoned them with that Lobster and Smackalious sauce. That seasoning is good to go on any seafood. It's good on lobster, shrimp, and salmon, to my surprise. But I also have some Lobster and Smackalious sauce. So we're going to get into this. First, we're going to say grace before we get into the good stuff, okay? Gracious Lord, I truly thank you for this food I'm about to receive to nourish my body and to feed my soul. For Christ's sake, amen. It's time to eat, y'all. Okay, y'all, I was excited for Love and Marriage DC to come back. Because, it featured, season 1 featured Monique Samuels. And, she's a housewife from the Housewives of Potomac. And I didn't like the way things ended with her or how she exited the show. It was, her and another castmate got into, a real altercation. I'm talking about where hands was put on each other. I'm talking about where there were police reports filed. Even to the other castmate tried to sue her. But much to her surprise, Monique is not a dumb girl, none whatsoever. So when she realized Monique had a countersuit and was suing her back, girlfriend had to pull all the way back, dropped everything, and they just moved on, and Monique left the show. Then she popped up on Love and Marriage DC. So I was happy to see that, because her and Chris look like a genuinely nice couple, She said that she knew him from high school and things of that nature. So that was pretty much the beginning of the Love and Marriage DC. But then you also have Raina and Jamie, and you have Ashley and Quick. Quick is a DJ. I guess he's a well-known DJ because it seems like he have gigs all over the place. And I think Jamie, he was a DJ at one point too. He also said that he was retiring from the police force. But I guess his claim to fame came from music as well. So there's some affluent people out in DC. It was a nice little mix. It opened up to where Quick, I don't know if he has a radio show, a podcast, or whatever, but it showed him and one of his members discussing the Samuels. Because, his rumors out saying that they're separating or they're going through divorce and things of that nature. And he was like, well, I know Chris, and I ain't heard of nothing like that. So, I'm going to have to check on him, see what's going on. That's cool and all. But it looked like they separated for real. And, you just don't know how my heart just dropped. She was the main reason why I started watching Love and Marriage DC. Because I was interested in her character, her storyline. Because I saw her from Love and Marriage Potomac. Let me get into this. This that lobster tail. And I'm going to put a little lemon on it too. That's good. I cook that tail right. It's nice and tender. Love me some good tail. Ashley's a stay-at-home mom. Her and Quick married when she was 21. So they've been married about 13 years. So, being a stay-at-home mom, she wanted to feel important too, or want to be seen. Want to be seen as a valid part of their relationship as well. She's written a book. She's doing tours. She's doing dates. So, yeah, she's beginning to come into her own, especially now that the children are older. Now, Raina and Jamie, they've been married for about 26 years. And from what I understand, he was a huge DJ at one point. But what I can appreciate in their relationship, like I said, they've been married for 26 years. So, they got some meat and potatoes in their situation. But she managed to raise a son who was blind. When you got a child with special needs, there's certain things you do, especially as a mother, to make sure you can properly care for your child. This woman even learned Braille, so she'll be able to communicate with him and help him with his homework. She get kudos from me. So, stuff like that is why I really took interest in Love and Marriage DC. Now, when it comes that they had an outside person that Monique introduced to the group. Her name was Winter. I'm not sure if she's going to be returning. I saw some of the preview clips and it looked like she is, but I'm just saying, I don't understand her storyline, being though Monique is the one that actually introduced her to the group. And it seems like Ashley and Raina really didn't care for her. So that's going to be an interesting take to see what twists and turns that take as far as all three of them or any of them trying to build a relationship. The most interesting thing to me, with why I want to watch it again, Joy and Clifton, they're a new couple. They come from the Ready to Love. They come from Ready to Love, Washington, D.C. when Tommy was out in D.C. That's one of his success stories. So I'm glad to see them still together. And I'm interested to see what's going on in their lives. I didn't realize that Joy didn't have any children. And Clifton have 2 boys. He works as an entrepreneur. And she used to sing. Well, I don't know if she still do, but she's a professional singer. Like, she was doing gigs like in Mexico, Dubai, and things like that. She's an entertainer, so to speak. But I don't know if she done put all that down to be with Clifton. I know that they're moving. She done moved into his house, and now they're looking to buy other property together. It makes me wonder. So just like I say, it's fairly new, so they ain't got no long, drawn-out drama. So, like, let me just say, hold on. Let me finish this tale here first. They don't have no long, drawn-out drama. So it really wasn't much for me to wonder what was going on. So coming into this season, I pretty much, had a level head. Wasn't expecting nobody to be going at nobody other than Winter. So, and just like I said, I think she's coming back, but it don't make sense if Monique is not there. So, like I said, it opened up with Quick talking to one of his co-hosts. Like I said, I don't know if it's a podcast or a radio, but y'all look at it. Y'all look at it. Tell me that ain't pretty. Tell me that is not pretty. But they was talking about the word on the street about the Samuels splitting and divorcing, and he didn't confirm or deny because he didn't know. He said that he was going to call and talk to Chris. So. And then when you talk about going to what him and Ashley got going on, just like I said, she got a book, so she's busier now. She's doing things outside of the home where she's a stay-at-home mom, to where now she done had to hire an assistant. She used to have a nanny. They got rid of the nanny, but they done brought her back, but in the role of the assistant. So I'm glad she's getting some help. Now, her and Quick, they disagree on how to handle the boys. Just like I said, they got 2 boys. Like, Quick think that she's coddling them, thinking that she's being too soft on them, and she's like, no, I'm a nurturer, I'm a mama. This is what we do. I mean, I understand it. They're boys, and he want them to be raised a little bit differently, a little tough. He want them to have tough skin. So I get it. But just like I say, no real issues with them. Then you come down to Jamie and Raina. Just like I say, they have a son, Jason. I think he's 21, 22, somewhere up in them. But he's blind. And he wants to move out the house. So they found a program that would help him to have the resources that he would need, with his disability. And he's looking forward to it. He's been wanting to get out like for the longest. And I applaud them. I applaud them. However, Raina, that's her baby. She don't want to let him go. But they ended up throwing him a party, invited some family and friends. It was a real big to-do, being though he's going to be living on his own now. And so they want to send him off right. Send him off with a party. And if you see him that saying turn up, he was pumping, boy. So I thought that was neat. However, they invited Monique. Monique didn't show up. I'm not sure if they invited Chris, but I know they mentioned about inviting Monique, and they was expecting her to show up, and she didn't. And I think that kind of hurt their feelings a little bit. That kind of hurt mine too. I did want her to make an appearance, but they did invite Clifton and Joy, and I thought that was interesting too. Because, Joy, if you saw Ready to Love the season that she was on, just say the Washington, D.C., she's a very bubbly person, always smiling, always laughing. And she was talking with them and telling them that she has a speaking engagement with Steve and Marjorie Harvey regarding single mothers. who are ready to love, single mothers who are ready to love. And they begin to criticize her. I was a little disappointed. Like, why y'all criticizing her? Because what they were saying was, oh, so you're a mother? You're a single mother? She's like, no, I don't have any children. So how you going to speak to single parents? She's like, I'm going to be talking to them in the ready to love aspect since, blah, blah, blah. But they was just steady going in. I'm like, y'all old negative Nancy's. But what I'm going to give Clifton, he stepped in, had her back. Well, she got an event, she got a gig, and she's gonna do it, and she's gonna knock it out the park. They still maintain their positivity, but it just made you wonder why y'all want to do that to her. And she brand spanking new. That wasn't cool to me. That wasn't cool. So I want to see how that play out. That wasn't cool, Ashley and Raina, to be doing the haze the new girl like that. That wasn't cool. And so, but it was a nice party. And also, Jamie and Raina, they got a son, little Jamie. And he's a typical kid. He's in his 20s. He's been getting into some trouble, and his parents have been helping him. Him and his dad had words. They weren't sure if he was going to show up to support his brother. And he did. But Big Jamie wanted to approach little Jamie about a text that he sent. A text saying that my girl is the only one who hold me down. It seemed like what's going on is little Jamie is in and out of trouble. He's currently on probation. Well, he got a speeding ticket that came to the house, and his dad told him, you got a speeding ticket. He asked his daddy to pay for it. He was like, no, I'm not paying it. You pay your own whatever. Just like I said, they had words, and he was like, y'all don't do nothing for me. My girl the only one hold me down, blah, 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 blah. And I'm quite sure his daddy felt some type of way, because I'm quite sure, they are looking out for him. They're doing more for him than he realized that they're doing for him. But I don't think he should have did that at Jason's party. And it was like at Jason's party, it blew up to the point of, it looked like they was going to come to blows. I was hoping that it wasn't. I'll see what it looked like next week. But the way it left off, it looked like it was going to come to blows. They also have a daughter, but it don't seem like she's, I ain't gonna say around, or she ain't got no issues or nothing that they're addressing so far. Just like I say, they're only one season in, and this is the first episode of the second season. So for me, it's gonna be a lot of seeing how things play out, especially with Monique and Chris not being there. I'm interested to see how a lot of things are going to play out now, And especially with the new addition of Joy and Clifton, and the thing, they already start coming at old girl. And I'm like, that's not cool, y'all. Well, I'm going to finish eating. I thank y'all for having dinner with me. If you're new to my channel, please feel free to subscribe. Come back whenever you want to. You're always welcome. And also don't forget to like, comment, and share. Let me know that you subscribe to me. I'll come to your page and I'll subscribe to you. You show me some love, I show you some love. I do believe in reciprocity. So I thank y'all again. So I'll see y'all next week. We'll see how all this thing go. Good night, y'all.